Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. This is Dole, aka the Big D, of Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, with a new top 10. Now, I had done one list, but I'm going to do some tweaking to it and make it more extended once I see some other flicks. I'll tell you what that is when I finish with it. But this is a different list. I am going to be ranking 10 of my favorite buddy movies. Yeah. Just 10 movies that I know that I can remember and enjoy that have buddies in action and what have you. So, here we go. Coming at number 10 is Porky's from 1981. Now, long before we had American Pie, which you'll see that on the list, this was kind of another type of buddy flick about teenagers who want to try and lose their virginity. Well, they try and do so by going to this here bar run by this big old dude named Porky, but unfortunately, he just makes them drops them in the swamp, and then they try to get the sheriff to help, but unfortunately, the sheriff is Porky's brother. Anyway, the movie's got some pretty good actors, which include Dan Monahan, who's actually in another buddy flick that's on the list, as well as, let's see, Karen Parsons, who, of course, would later be on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, as well as late grade football star Alex Karras, as well as his wife at the time, Susan Clark. Of course, those two would later go on to star together on the 80s sitcom Webster. Despite the film kind of got a bit of a dissing, it still became a big success. It became one of the top grossing flicks of the following year since it was released in late 81. It was a Canadian flick and was directed by Bob Clark. And that's right, you heard me correctly. The same guy who, after this, would go on to direct A Christmas Story. And of course, he would go on to direct the sequel, which kind of was a little bit dissed more, but he never did do the third one, though. I'd say check out Porky's. If you're into maybe American Pie, or heck, even National Lampoon's Animal House, which I'm sorry that's not on the list. Sorry, everyone. Check out Porky's. You might like it. At number 9 is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yeah, now, I'm sure you all have heard the big news that Alex Winters and Keanu Reeves are actually returning to reprise their roles for the first time. Oh, this is a big surprise. I mean, now, after The Excellent Adventure, they had a sequel called Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and now, of course, very soon we'll finally get a third movie called Bill and Ted Face the Music. Anyway, I'm sure you know about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. These two dudes want to try and rock out, but their grades have been going down. In order to get their grades back up, they had to do a good, make up for in history, and so they bring in some historical characters from long ago. Very funny movie. I finally saw it again last year, and it's pretty fun. I know I saw it long ago, but it's been years since I last saw it. But it's a good movie. Check it out if you have to see it. Number 8, I'm probably not going to do much explain, but I'm sure everybody knows what this one is. It's another dude's flick. It's Wayne's World from 1992, I think. Yeah, 92. Of course, that's based on the Saturday Night Live sketch with Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. Yeah, party on with Wayne and Garth. Yeah, these two dudes are really trying to hope to get their show to go all access and everything. Tia Carrere's in it. Yeah, and she's actually on our buddy flick that I'll be seeing in a little bit. But that's all I'm gonna say. Wayne's World's pretty fun because it has a good soundtrack, stuff like that. Number 7. This might be a odd choice if you've never heard of this, and that's Up the Creek from 1984. Very underrated movie, though, and this is the other movie with Dan Monahan from Porky's. It also stars along with Tim Matheson from National Lampoon's Animal House, as well as Stephen Furst, who was on the medical drama Say Elsewhere. Let's see. It's also introduced us to Jennifer Ryan, who would later go on to play Gwendolyn in the first season of the 80s sitcom Charles in Charge, which would actually premiere the same year this did, but this introduced us to her. And James B. Sicking, I pronounce it either way, who would later go on to play David Hauser, the dad of Doogie Howser, MD. Which I'll possibly do that in a later TV log, since that show's turning 30 this year. Anyway, it's about these, college losers who apparently get into trouble for causing a bit of chaos around their college, and soon that the dean wants them to take part of a raft race with a bunch of other colleges. It's funny in some parts. I think you'll get a lot of laughs from it. And I do believe it's on Prime, last time I checked. So you might want to check it out. It's pretty funny. It might not be the best, but it's funny though. Number 6 is Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man from 1991, I believe, or maybe it was it was 91. Sorry. Now, of course, this movie is kind of underrated, though, but it's still probably one of the coolest action-packed buddy flicks ever, with Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson, who had finished filming TV's Miami Vice, where he played Crockett. Anyway, they were pretty cool dudes. We got to see some others. Tia Carrere, who I mentioned in Wayne's World. We had Tom Sizemore as the main antagonist, Chance Wilder. Let's see. We have wrestler Big John Studd in this, and R&B singer Vanessa Williams, and let's see, Daniel Baldwin was in this, who was one of Wilder's men. These two dudes get away with something, but unfortunately it turns out to be a kind of crystal meth thing, real big bars of it, seriously. I think you ought to check it out. It's pretty cool and action-packed. Number 5 is, you're going to be surprised by this, whether if you've seen this or not, Every Which Way But Loose from 1978, starring Clint Eastwood. Now this is kind of a buddy flick because it's about this trucker and his pal and pet orangutan as they go off on a cross-country journey and getting taught in different sorts of things. Well, encountering this gal he once liked, and apparently soon gets beat up on by her, and come across this motorcycle gang. Lots of fun. I think you'll like it. And it's also got a good theme song done by late great country star Eddie Rabbitt, which that was one of his best songs ever. Although he's got other better songs. Check it out. Number 4 is the original American Pie from 1999. Yes, it's celebrating its 20th anniversary. I will review that sometime. I'm not sure when, but I will. Now, I've been on again, off again with this. Well, even before I became Christian, got baptized and became Christian in 2006. I originally had this movie on video, and then again on DVD, but then soon I gave it up after becoming Christian, being baptized. Enough said. But last year I finally returned to the movie, and I realized I've missed this movie. I mean, I would have liked good types of buddy flicks of the last few decades if it hadn't been for American Pie. We got a good cast: Jason Biggs, Chris Klein, Shaw William Scott. We had the gals Tara Reid, Mia Safari, and of course Shannon Elizabeth and all the others. We had Eugene Levy, very funny actor. Really good. I do love this movie though. I mean, the sequels are good, except for the made-for-video ones. I've only seen Bandcamp, but I didn't think it was good. Sorry to disappoint you all. I have not seen the other two, and I doubt I will. I did see American Reunion though, and it was good. But American Pie will always be the best. Number 3 is Revenge of the Nerds from 1984. This is another film that's got an anniversary 35 years ago. I will review that, whether if I missed the anniversary date or not. Starring Robert Carradine, Anthony Edwards. To all of you horror fans, you may know him from Pet Sematary 2 years later. Let's see, Curtis Armstrong, John Goodman. There's so many others to mention. But you'll get introduced to some of the most craziest nerds there ever was. We had Skolnick, Poindexter, Booger, Wormser. They made the list might go on. Takashi, Lamar. So many. I think you'll really like it. If you have not seen Revenge of the Nerds yet, you need to see this. It's a good movie. You won't be disappointed. Number 2 is Bedazzled from 1966. Now, if you've already heard of this, you might have heard the 2000 movie with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley. But you may not have been aware that that was a remake of the original movie from 1966 with Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. And I consider this to be a buddy flick in a way because, well, Cook and Moore were actually buddies. They did all sorts of funny acts together, and they do so in this one where a shore chef who tries to get a waitress he worked with to notice him, but unfortunately he fails to commit suicide, and then he meets a strange man in black who turns out to be the devil, who is going under a pseudonym George Spigot. But anyway, you need to see this movie. It's very funny. We got Eleanor Braun and Raquel Welch, and definitely see this movie. It's much better than the Fraser Hurley version, okay, folks? I'm serious. Number 1. This is one I'm sure you're going to be surprised. Smokey and the Bandit from 1977, starring Burt Reynolds, whom we sadly lost last year, along with country music singer Jerry Reed and Sally Field, plus Paul Williams, Pat McCormick, Mike Henry, and, of course, Jackie Gleason as Sheriff Buford T. Justice. Probably one of the most craziest characters you could ever imagine. I give you one of his famous lines. Once he yells, he's got some funny lines. I'll give you one of these lines. I'm gonna barbecue your ass! Oh, brother. Believe me, if you've never seen Smokey and the Bandit, you should. It's about this truck driver and his truck driving pals. They have on a mission to get, illegal brew from Texas and bring it back to Georgia. And soon, Bandit comes across a runaway bride named Carrie, who was supposed to get married to Junior, the son of Sheriff Justice. Anyway, and then soon this chase becomes a fun-filled adventure. See this, you won't be disappointed. Anyway, what did you think of this list? What's your favorite buddy flick? Please feel free to let me know in the comments section. Feel free to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.